the Razor scooter, one of humanity's greatest inventions. Nice! They're crazy fast and super easy to transport. But there's one major problem. It's the middle of winter and I live in Colorado. I can't scoot in this. But one day, during one of my backyard peyote sessions, I had a vision. What if I could scoot on ice? But I really don't know how in the hell I'm gonna make this happen. At first, I figured I could just modify one of my traditional Razor scooters like we all had growing up. And in the off season, I would barely use it anyways. But this is how I could make that vision a reality. It's really simple. We got an ice scooter powered by circular saw blades. So, you gotta have some sort of battery. I'm gonna replace the wheels with blades of ice skates. Circular saws go in the back. They each have their own motors, probably. Pretty straightforward. Straightforward? Ha! You, sir, are an idiot. Plus, I realized I'd have to freeze a damn ice rink in my backyard, but we'll get to that. First, I need to figure out how to attach the blades of the ice skate to my scooter here. I needed the front to be able to pivot while keeping the back nice and level. But while working on that and learning more about motors and my design, I realized that would be the least of my concerns. I didn't even know if a circular saw could get traction on ice or if it would just cut through. So to test it, I had to build an ice rink. But, like Jeffrey Epstein at a Chuck E. Cheese, this ended up being way harder than it should have been. That should work. I think. It's leaking somewhere.
Why is it slush? It's 25 degrees out. What the fuck?
Well, at least now I know what Olaf's asshole feels like. We're frozen, but this is not smooth. What am I gonna do?
It doesn't even make sense. Oh, interesting. We found the hole.
And after about a week of battling with this thing, I managed to freeze a lumpy piece of ice. And I risked my life to get the answers so you don't have to. And it worked! You can see the saw pulling itself through the ice towards my scrotum. But fortunately, I didn't castrate myself.
Fuck you. Oh fuck. Fuck that. Holy fuck.
Okay. Man, my butthole puckered so hard I still haven't taken a dump. And with my half-baked proof of concept shown to be a success, I could go back to figuring out exactly what I needed to buy. But it ended up being way too expensive. I couldn't just duct tape on a motor and call it a day. I had to get a large rechargeable battery, an electronic speed controller, a throttle, and all the shit to put it together. So instead, I got an electric scooter off Facebook for $200 and came up with a way more simple design. After all that, I still barely know how any of this shit works, but I do know how to break things apart. So I went ahead and snipped off the electric hub motor from the scooter to take a look. And it just so happens that these blades were a better fit than the Pope's butt plug. But I still had to pull off the crusty old back tire to check that rim out.
Fuck do we get this off? The fuck do we get this off? Fuck off. The fuck do we get this off? Son of a tits. Oh, come on. Tits. Fuck. Ah, bitch.
Easy peasy. Because of the unsymmetrical layout of these hubs, each blade would have to be attached in its own unique way. The first side already had some threaded holes I could use, but on the other, I had to carefully drill and tap my own. Then I needed to add some connectors to each individual wire so that I can plug and unplug this hub at will. And you might be one step ahead of me here, but unfortunately I got the bolt stuck onto the wire and had to redo all of it. Honestly though, I should have known the more phallic shaped connectors would have slid right through. And with our wiring done, I can now test to see if this motor works, but it is a kickstart.
Well, there it is. Well, it works.
And with my front wheel done, I can move on to the back. My backside was a bit loose here, so I had to add a bit of wiring heat wrap to add a little bit of girth to my axle. But because of my limited tools, I had to resort to some unique methods to mark these holes. Such as my girlfriend's eyeliner here. I'm a fucking genius, dude. I'm a fucking genius. You're not, and this failed horribly. But after ruining 2 blades, I caved and bought a protractor. Ugh, reminds me of high school geometry. Let's try fucking this. It should be much better. Finally did it. Actually, you're all coming straight through. Now I just gotta on the other side. Dude, that's... I had the wrong thread size. Who knew? Take this shit off. That's why it wouldn't fucking work. I'm just cramming it onto the fucking threads. No fucking wonder. Yeah, bud. If you're cramming things, it's probably not a good fit. Now I just gotta chop these nubs off.
Yes! 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 Look at it go. Look at it go. Let's go.
Well, I spared you most of my failed attempts, but you know what they say. They're like, 5th time is the charm, right?
I'm just gonna zip tie the brake out of the way. We won't be using this.
And finally, weeks later, my dream was about to come true. Or so I thought.
Okay. Not a great start.
It was like 60 degrees that day, but based off of these tests, I still felt I probably needed to try doling the blades a little bit.
Just move it like that. Look what this looks like. You can't see anything. You can't see anything.
I'm not sure if this helped, but I just couldn't take it anymore. I had to go to the lake. I had to see if this will work. Hell yeah, man. This thing rips. Talk about shredding. That ice didn't stand a chance. Watch out, Shaun White. I'm coming for you, baby. Hey, moron, could you be more careful with our equipment for once? This shit's expensive. But what's most awesome is now I can use this in the off-season too.
Hey Cole, cut me some of that salami.
Sure thing, babe.
Well, if you made it this far, I think you're gonna like what I got coming next, but Don't worry, we're not done with the gags here yet. And I promise, I will keep putting my safety, my dignity, my self-respect on the line if you keep watching. Lucky for you, I didn't have much to begin with.